Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. The stock market is open, so you already know we are going to buy some stocks and we are going to add assets to our portfolio, which will bring our passive income up each and every single month. So let's jump into it. The account is looking good for the day, pretty much flat at 0.29%. For the week, we are up $474 or 4%. For the month, we are up 5.43%. So not a bad month. We have a lot of buying power available. The stock market has been on an absolute rally, mostly because we had a low CPI come in this week. It seems like maybe the market thinks that the interest rate hikes are coming to an end. We may see one more, but the market is forecasting that we are kind of done with the rate hikes as inflation has been cooling off. And the market has absolutely been rallying. So a lot of our bigger positions like SEHD have been absolutely ripping. For stocks like that, for the last week, it's up $1.47 or 2% for the last week. But for me, where something that's holding 23% of the value, that's going to raise the account a lot. So we are almost to break even on that. Love to see that, but it's been a nice bounce back. And then definitely VTI has been up 3% over the last 3.6% or so over the last month, but most of it over the past week. So those things have been ripping. The stocks have been doing good. The options have been doing good. We have a lot of buying power available. But let's buy some stocks. We have some ex-dividend dates that are going to be coming up. We have some dividends that we need to go over. And so let's jump into the dividends that have come in or that are coming in, and then we'll buy some stocks, and then we will check out the spreadsheet. So I have this pulled up here already, the pending dividends that are going to be coming in for this month, and it is looking good so far. If you are new here, first, make sure you drop a like to support the content. But second, we are building a passive dividend income portfolio with the goal of $150 a month in pure passive dividend income, mostly done through monthly options, monthly dividends, but also through quarterly dividends as well. So let's take a look at this month. This is November. Let's get down. Let me just change this to just dividends only. Okay, so we have November here, starting with JEPI. So JEPI, JEPQ, AGNC, Main coming in, 290. Good to see that one. This stock has been actually bouncing back as well. So that's helped the portfolio. STAG, Coney, FBY, GOY, OARK, NVDY, TSLY, APLY, AMZY. And if you're wondering what all those are, they are the Yield Max Options Income ETFs. They pay out on a monthly distribution. I'm just kind of testing them out to see. Haven't been adding a whole lot to them, maybe once a month. And then I'm letting drip, obviously, increase my position each and every single month as well. But just want to see how they do over the next 6 months to see if we want to keep them in the portfolio. But as you can see, they are big-time dividend payers. The reason why I have them in there is it's kind of kind of new technology for the market. The covered call ETFs have been around for a while, stuff like QYLD, RYLD. And they sell at the money covered calls once a month, right? Well, this fund kind of does a similar approach to how I trade my bigger accounts, where they're trading weekly options or monthly options. They're buying puts, they're using treasury bonds, they're using a whole lot of different strategies. And so I just want to give it a try to see how it is. But they obviously pay a high yield, but the sacrifice for that is there's not a whole lot of growth potential in the share price. So when you see these big dividends, that is what it's for. It's purely just a dividend play for me, and just going towards my passive income approach. But so those are those, and then PSEC coming in at 245. As you know, each and every single day I have my VTI, my SCHD. These are the backbones in my account, and every single day they go in and they buy $5 on each one. So $5 here, $5 there. And that's how I balance the account out. I kind of like that. It gives me $50 a week into my forever assets. And it's done really well for me. So that's where we're at, $627. Options are doing well. I'm just kind of taking it safe. Market's been on a ripper. I kind of been letting the market rip. I had a couple of options open that I felt comfortable with. The rest I've just been sitting on. Mara has been one that I've obviously been trading on quite a bit. Let's see here. I did have some of these. Yeah, so these expired here. And then it looks like only 2 of these filled. So I put the quantity in for 5, and it looks like only 2 of the positions filled, which is why you see that I only have 2 open. It just didn't fill the other 3, probably because I had a high ask price, but that's okay. So Just waiting for the market to pull back before I sell any puts. I don't really like selling puts on green days, and we've had green days this entire week. So that's what's going on in the options front, but still $14. This should expire worthless, which means I would collect the whole $16. Or let's see, current. Yeah, so $9, so $18. So I'd collect the whole 18 if I let it expire worthless. And Mara's obviously sitting at $10, so I don't think it's going to go to $8 in the next couple of days. So that's letting it sit. And these are the positions we have open. If you're new here, you probably don't know these positions. These are the ones I have as of right now. Just scroll through these real quick. Here's all the Yield Max funds, Glad, Devo, bunch of monthly dividend payers, AGNC, PSEC. And then this is the newest position we added, which is QQQY. So we'll see how this one goes as well. We got a 0.5% in it. Not really expecting a whole lot. But yeah, we'll see how that one goes. So let's jump into it. Let's buy some stocks. I actually want to buy some stocks that are going to give me more income this month. And then also some stocks that'll give me some more income for next month. So SPHD, I know we've been adding to it. I love it. It pays a pretty nice monthly dividend. We are down on the position, so I wanted to average down a little bit, and we're at 7.8 shares. So hopefully we can get closer to that. Ooh, not 25 shares. That'd be crazy. So we're gonna do it in dollars, and you know how I like to do it, $25 in each individual one. Boom, just like that. So 0.63 added, that puts us at 18, almost 18 and a half shares, 731 market value, and 5.5% of the portfolio. Did allow us to average down a little bit. Our cost is $40.90. So this has been a good one. I want to continue to add to that, but I want to get the dividend up for this month, so I wanted to add to that as well. And then one more that should help us out for this month as well. That is Gladstone Capital. Our average cost is $9.76, so we would actually be averaging up on this one. But as you know, I don't really care about the price of the asset. Just continue to buy assets each and every single week. So let's go ahead and buy that. We're going to do 25. You know how we do it. That's going to have us 2.47 shares roughly. And that'll bring us to 3.5% of the portfolio, or $463. Love to see that. And then my two other backbones to the account, I wanted to add to these. I feel like I've been neglecting them a little bit. And so I want to make sure I have these, as this gives me really good exposure to the S&P 500 and good exposure to the NASDAQ 100. And these are pretty good monthly dividend paying stocks. So we have 7% of the portfolio on this one. Let's go ahead and buy it so we can get an updated number. We're going to buy half a share basically. Boom. So we are down. So we're basically even 0.28% on this position. $960. So get near to that $1,000. 17.72 shares. And 7.2% of the portfolio. So this is a good one. I really like this fund. You can see that it's well diversified. You can see these big companies that are household names. And let's see what our last dividend was on this actually. So $6.15. The one prior to that was $6.02. We're just slowly itching up. You can see that we bought some in October. And then we bought some obviously today. So just once a month or so, we continue to add to JEPI. Don't want to forget about it. Want to just keep adding to it each and every single month. And then JEPQ, this one I probably like a little bit more than JEPP. It pays a little bit better. The premiums are a little bit better. We're up 6.49% on this one. I think QQQ, which is what this is off of, actually just hit a new all-time high today for the year. So we'll double check that. But we're gonna add $25 here. It's gonna get us just over half a share. And that'll put us at 8.3% of the portfolio, a little bit heavier at $1,116. And let's take a look at what this one paid us, probably $8 or so. Yeah, $9. So you can see, and this is a cool part to look at on the dividends. You can just see the progression of the dividends or them just adding up slowly, right? Like we started 26 cents, 96, 312, 479, or 497. Then we got into the $7, the $8, the $9. So yeah, this is what you love to see. This is why you let your shares drip and you just keep buying more each and every single month. You can see the slow progression each and every single month as the share price continues to go up, right? So we're going to keep adding to that. Love JEPQ, and that is our purchases for the day. We made $100 worth of purchases each and every single week. I put a minimum of $100 into this account. We grew it from zero. We started in February. And so far, I'm happy with the account. The dividends are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We started the goal at $100 a month in passive dividend income. We smashed that. and now we raised the limit to 150, so a 50% raise. Let's jump into the spreadsheet real quick so we can look at things. So this is where we're at for the month. As of right now, we are at $109.17. Last month we ended at 123. In September we ended at 143. Obviously, every 3 months the boxes highlighted in red are when SCHD and VTI hit, and so next month I really want to hit 150, and I think we can get it done. It's going to be really close. We're at 109 now. We still have a couple that are going to trickle in with Devo and SPHD and then Glad. So we have 3 more that are going to trickle in. We just added some more to Glad, so that'll help boost that a little bit by a couple of cents. And same with SPHD as well. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to keep adding each and every single week, and hopefully we can get to 150. This is a cool representation, just a graphical representation of how the account's grown on dividends. Obviously, over time, you'll be able to see that those quarterly dividends are always going to pay the most. Those are going to be my highest months, unless we're adding a bunch of money on the down months. But yeah, so that's where we're at. You can see it's just a slow trickle up, and I think November is gonna finish up over October, hopefully, but it may not, because we did have some big dips. And when I say that, NVDY went from 17 to 10 with the same amount of shares. And then APLY went from 10 to 4. And those are the biggest ones that I think I remember looking at. So there's some dips in those, and that's because they're color call ETF funds. And, the premiums change around, earnings dates change things. There's just a lot of things that change those. So they're going to jump around a little bit, but for the most part, we want to see this graph just continue to go up. And then lastly, I added this here. This is just a cool representation of where my data is, or where my dividends are coming in. You can see the red bar on the left and the yellow bar are my JEP and my JEP-Q. And then, just kind of a breakdown of where the dividends are coming in. Kind of cool to see just on a quick color. You can obviously see when TSLY came in there in the brown, and it took over with the big dividends. So kind of cool to just look at the data a little bit and see how things are broken down, and where, just a quick color representation of where the dividends are coming in and how much each one is paying. But so that's where we're at for the month. We're at $109 of dividend income right now for November, and we are looking to beat this 123.80 of October. So that's where we're at. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the journey. Each and every single week, we're going to buy assets. We're going to build this portfolio, and we are going to build our passive income. Thanks for tuning in. Happy investing. We'll catch you next time.